Grand Rising. Today is Wednesday, May the 22nd, 2024. What we're going to look at really quick is just a fast top down on dollar index, a little bit of gold, oil, BTC, and then we'll jump straight into our futures market. So let me go ahead and pull up the screen here. Okay. So when you look at dollar index, what I was basically wanting to see today is, are we going to get another bullish daily close, right? Are we going to continue this, this bounce off this weekly 104.50? We've gotten multiple days here now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all showing pretty strong price action up to that 105 level. And so anytime that we're going to have situations like this, a lot of the times the market will have XXX USD, so your Euro USD, your GBP USDs. As this starts to climb, it will do the opposite. So, if dollar was actually going lower and starts to sell off, then you would see XXX USD continue to rise. So for me today, I'd want to see just, this daily close, since we've already kind of punched up here on this 4-hour candle coming into the New York session. I'd like to see prices kind of just continue to rise to 105 and maybe 105.10. And going into this weekly last up candles open before I decide what they're going to do next. Because if we can push our way through 105 and close higher than, I would say, 105.30s, then we might start seeing a bullish dollar to continue. But as of right now, that's kind of what I'm seeing, is that, we already have that daily push. We already have that 4-hour structure. So it's just really that 104.50 level has been pretty strong ever since they took that liquidity and bounced down into the 104.20 levels. So everything looks pretty good there. Then when you jump into indices, like a lot of the times when we trade indices futures, if dollar's going up, we can usually, swing our positions a little bit better. But when it comes to where we're at with futures markets, indices, but we'll stick with futures, is that we're at all-time highs, right? As you can see here, we have the daily on NQ, we have the daily on ES right here, right? And ES looks like the best one that's forming if it is going to sell off with that bullish dollar. Other than YM, I don't really actively execute positions on YM, but it does look really good with the price action, because you do have that lower low that pump back into that candle. Now you have a rejection away from that 40,000 whole level, which could potentially go lower. I mean, we haven't taken the all-time highs on Dow yet, so 350, so I would say 4,400, a little bit higher, would be an all-time high. So jumping into like a smaller intraday 4-hour time frame, as of yesterday, we were very bullish. We kept closing 4-hour candles. We had a little bit of a pullback overnight. And then if you can kind of see how they basically engineered the price here on ES. So it's almost as if they want to go swipe the highs one more time before they would sell off. So I'm going to be very patient when it comes to shorts today, because I'm only going to play it if I have the edge. And then if I can find a buy going into this market, which I can shoot up to 850s, 18900, that next whole level, that next all-time high, then I could anticipate that as well, because we do have lots of liquidity above 5350 on ES. So unless we start to make a move down right at the New York Open to then go up later this week, then I'm going to continue to look for those buy positions to go make more all-time highs until proven otherwise. And then looking at this 1 hour, it's the same thing. There's nothing that's just truly clear to me, other than you do have this last up candle to push down price, mitigating back up this way at this whole level. So maybe price will fail here at the 18,800 level during New York, and we'll find something to go and take 18.75 or possibly 18.720 levels inside this inefficiency imbalance. But with that being said, I think the best look of the day, if you want to look at something and just really plan something out, is going to be ES, because ES has that 5350 target. And it's just really clear and really easy to see. So, and then really quick here on gold, Bitcoin, oil. I may have to reload it. That's going to be unfortunate. If it can take me less than 27 seconds, then we'll go over this really quick too. It's gold. Oil. And this is the only one I got to switch really quick. Okay. So we'll go over these very quickly and then we'll go over to the snipe window. So oil, pushing away from that 80 level, pretty nice. Gold, we obviously hit all-time highs on gold, 2450. So we could see a little bit of retracement. I'm not saying how far it would be, but we are looking at a little bit of bullishness on dollar, so we could see this come down a little bit. I'll be monitoring this to see if we can push down to 75, and then seeing if we're going to break all-time highs on cryptocurrency 73. I don't like that number, 666. So let's just say 74,000. Definitely we're keeping that close. So we're about 20 seconds away from 1 minute away from the open, so I am going to go ahead and switch over to that window and go to your trader's constitution, do whatever you have to do to set up your mental framework, and let's get it. We're looking for 1 to 3 setups max. We want to have our predetermined risk already known in our head, and let's do this. See you guys on the other side. Now I do have Top Step pulled up, just kind of watching, seeing if they're going to be taking any trades during fast markets, but gonna be pretty patient here, I believe. Now, one thing I do want to pull up, I don't know if I'm gonna have the time to pull this up that quickly. Is I do want to pull up an ES window just because I do think that ES could present some better opportunities today. But we've got about 20 seconds to do that. So okay, so we got the open. We're just wanting to see how this is gonna be. Okay. So first trade out the first part of the gate, they're going higher for that range high, which is fine. I don't, me personally, I'm not gonna take part in that. Um, it could be a fake out here as well. So focus on this 15 and 5 here. Now ES is finding that accumulation with that target, like I said, so it's looking pretty good on that. That first minute was bullish. Okay, so all three are pretty strong and reaching for those highs. Why do that? I'm going to actually bring up another window of ES just to have over here in case I want to log in and grab that. So they are reaching for those highs. ES does look the best to go to 53.50 from that 53.38 New York Open. So nothing here for me. I'm just going to be patient. But like I said, I do want to bring over ES because that price action was really nice. You had a down candle, price rallies up, comes back down into the area. Pretty cool. Not bad. So this needs to be ES too. Okay, so that 15-minute price, as you can see on ES and 5 look really good. So just waiting for this range high to be swept. And so then I could start looking for a signal of shorts from a higher time frame perspective as we make all-time highs. So as we break this 18, basically 830s, 840s, we're making all-time highs on the market. And so you could definitely be anticipating something after that. the dollar kind of failing that 104.80 level, which looks good, which will push these up. So we are reaching here. We are reaching on ES and finding strength. So I do like how we've done that. And now that we've hit this level, I'll be paying attention quite a bit here to these 5 and 15-minute closes. ES looking really good there to go to 53.50. I mean, but we did, this high was 18,824 flat, and then this high right now is 26.25. So it's definitely pierced that area. So I definitely want to watch this 5-minute candle here, this first 5-minute candle of New York. All right, understand that that price was very bullish in that area, so let's continue to watch here. So just watching price here. And I want to see this 5-minute close because they all are showing strength, and ES has quite a bit of ways to get to that 53.50 level that we marked. So first 5 minutes is very bullish, right? And signs of strength across the board. So signs of strength are really strong. Prices are running up, so that looks good. So I'm just gonna keep being patient here. First 5 minutes, bullish, signs of strength. So 8. So now we're looking at 8:35 to 8:40 and watching this 5-minute open, right, and seeing how the transition is gonna be. All right, so if we start seeing some breakdown in here, we possibly could start looking to frame up something off that 18,826 high. So I don't want to get caught though when market has just, breakout test type situation. So let me look at ES here just really quickly. Just don't really like how that looks as of right now, but so if it can go under this 5-minute candle though, one thing I will do is probably definitely start looking to go lower on this. Because if it goes lower and comes back up, I'll start framing something up. But this could be a buy position right here. And then the way this looks on a 15 and 5, it's 5-minute close, higher open, higher close, and every tap back down could be attacking the 50 level. So that's the high on this candle, 18,824. So I am going to kind of start framing something up there, potential. 18,824 flat. Yeah, so just kind of seeing this area. Take profits are going to be 18,700, and I'll break it apart. Okay. So I do like how this looks. We did take high of day, so we are above New York Open. 824 flat. So want to see some more weakness on the 5-minute before I would just want to enter because they could just literally bounce off this New York Open and rally. And you're not seeing any kind of weakness on the 15 on ES. So I'd need to see this dip below which looks like we're kind of getting here. But I don't want to just see it dip. I want to see it close, and then that way I can play any pullbacks. Because I'm a better buyer than I am seller. So this is starting to look like a great buy if I just wait. Now, did I hesitate slightly? Maybe, but I'll wait for the confirmation here because you could easily sell right here being late and then price bounce off the whole level or daily open and rally up. So I'd like to see this close and then prices kind of rallying above. And then I put my stop right here, like 18,824 flat if it's going to work out. But you are having YM very bullish. You do have dollar index just kind of hovering in that same area for intraday. Let me kind of see how that New York looks. Kind of showing some downside, so we'll see kind of what they want to do here. But unless I get that 5-minute signal, then I'm gonna be patient here. That could be a breakout test, like bounce play to me. All right, so that's why I'm also not really just factoring in. And then this, there's no signs from this, the way that this 15 and 5 is getting ready to close. This 5 minutes is going to close with some strength. So let's see. Let's watch here. Very smart. Okay, so 5-minute close. We're just kind of looking here. Pretty good close, right? Didn't really close with any kind of like it didn't want to go. So I just want to be a little bit more patient here. ES still showing strength off that New York Open 53.38. So there's just really nothing unless this goes below here. Me personally, I don't want to buy it today at all-time highs. So really watching this price, if it can slip lower here and come back up, I could possibly factor in right in here, honestly. So we'll watch this 1-minute close. Hopefully this doesn't sink like crazy to where there's no kind of setup. But let's see here. So price can pull back up into this area above New York Open, 18,808. I'd probably end up trying to take it, but if it runs off, it runs off. Price is sinking really fast there. So, um, it is what it is. I wanted that move right there. So now, it's printing the way I'd want to see it. Right. So now it's just really coming down to ES is starting to fail that New York Open. So this is fine. I'm not going to feel like I missed out. I'm going to let price come back up and look for an entry possibly. Back above daily open, closer to New York possibly. Stop loss still in that same place, 1824. And then the last 15 minutes of the hour probably be your better bet. So this is looking really good to me on a 15-minute time frame if we can get the entry. And I'd like to see this come back here a little bit, back into this area. What time is it? Nice, nice, nice. I want to see price kind of shoot up above the 18,808s back into that 5-minute area because that would give me a little bit more confidence to take it. Because it already has kind of made the move, so I don't want to get caught when it's pushing down. And ES is starting to show strength, so I don't really want to just, take an effort, just a crazy short position with the other two doing what they're doing. So ESYM flying right now as well, so be patient here. All right. So this is what I do want to see. So let's see if we can go back above those opening prices in alignment with the last 15 minutes of the hour. So be patient. And we have taken high of day on NQ and we have it on ES. So maybe that's what they're doing. But is price above New York? Where is that location? So that's the area that I like. 5-minute location with the risk in that area. If price just continues to rally up and go all-time highs, then that's fine. I'd probably take one more trade today, but if not, then I would definitely leave it there. 18 and then wait. So that is above New York Open. So now we're just going to see how this risk plays out. So the other two are still pretty strong, I will say. So unless this 5-minute area works out, then they will go higher potentially. Yeah, so there's no signs of weakness right now on that. So we'll just continue to watch that. Could have taken a little higher. So I do like the area where the 5-minute entry is. I like my location to be on my 5 minutes. So that risk could be probably 18, 826 and a quarter, which would be 2 more points, but I like where it's at. So 845. Okay, so I like how price looks here, 840, 845. Okay, so price not really showing any 5-minute weakness right now from that area, so it just is what it is. ES still finding quite a bit of strength to that upside too, so just going to be watching this area here, seeing what they're going to do. But this first 15-minute close is, was a bullish close, no signs of weakness. And then 5 minutes aren't showing any signs of weakness right now. So ES still looking pretty strong after that first 15-minute close, all pretty strong. So the only thing I'm going to do is accept a little bit more of the risk, which is the top of the structure, because I don't want them to internal tap me here, which is about 2 more points. So 18, so almost a 20-point risk, a little less, which I'm willing to accept that. And then, so 15-minute close, all signs of strength, really no signs of weakness. And so they're looking pretty strong there, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna be able to just watch whatever happens, happens. I'd be willing to maybe take one more trade today, if they extend up, but it's pretty bullish from this situation. So unless we just fall lower and I'm able to partial some today, then I will just be patient here because I'm potentially hoping that this is like a 1 minute, 5 minute mitigation. They slip this liquidity here at the 18,780, 790 area. And then as we push lower into the 760s, I'd be able to, exit a contract or trail my risk, etc. Potential. So, and ES is showing a little bit of weakness on the 15, but it was a super blast right from New York Open. So all we can do is just wait and watch. I mean, they're pretty bullish. I think they may want 850s, maybe 900 whole level. So they're not really showing me any signs right now. Yeah, surprises are really strong here on the 5 minute, especially with that close. So price is really bullish. Probably gonna go ahead and pop that stop, which is fine. Like I said, I'll be looking for maybe one more trade today after they take the highs. ES looking really strong still, and it has that target 5350. So we'll see what they do here. So getting ready to push through probably, um, which is understandable. So ES super blasting right now. Back into the London daily open price. So um, price is just really strong as of right now. So that stopped me out right there for that first trade, which is fine. Like I said, I'd be willing to possibly take one more trade today, just because I don't want to take more than probably two. And price hasn't shown any signs of weakness, honestly, to even take the short. So that was just a mistake. So let me be patient here. Continue to watch. Like I said, ES is it loading there? Wow, it's not even loading. So ES though is 15 minutes shrinked. So that was a liquidity grab. So I'm just going to be kind of monitoring this area for sure because we're at the high of the day, 18,830. So I am going to continue to watch this area potentially here. High is 18,830. This is kind of yeah. Orders take profit is going to be 700s. Now I want to be patient here because, like I said, they did pop stops. And I think we are, a good spot of all-time highs. But I need to see some more 5-minute price action that gives me a little bit more confluence here. So I'd like to see like it come down here and then go under this level because right now we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher high, right, higher low. It's not really breaking. So I'll be patient here. ES flying to the upside right now. Okay, so just kind of watching this area. Now that was, a dramatic fall. So I would want to see a little bit more 5-minute price action playing out. I do need to continue to mark the range high again. So just so we understand where that range high is, because that's where the high of the day was right in that area. So I'm not seeing anything that's just too clear right now. So no signs of weakness here on that 5-minute on NQ. We're just getting higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So another thing I'm also paying attention to is going to be the 4-hour close here at 9. So, this 4-hour going to close at, pretty much an all-time high, probably 18,850s, somewhere in that area. Then that's also like my mindset is like what's going to happen at this close. And then where we're at in relevance to 18,850 here. Yeah, so that 4-hour closes here in just a few minutes for 9 as well. And we're just shooting all-time highs right now. Okay. So that could have been an opportunity right here at that 1823. But like I said, I have higher high, higher low, higher high, right? I would possibly, let me see if this looks like a buy. I actually kind of like it. I actually do kind of like that area. But let's see here what we get. Maybe we can put our risk here on the top of this candle instead. 18,826. I want to use the high of the market if I'm going to get in, unless it closes lower here. Then I would possibly do this here. 60. So now I don't want to do it as it's falling. I want to see it close here in like 30 seconds, and then I would, get in and put my stop like right there. But really focus on this 5-minute candle here as well. 50% of that candle where it's at. So I want that 50% of that 5-minute area, if that makes sense, right? So my risk being is about 10 points from this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this here for now. And so ES really not showing any signs of weakness on that 15 or the 1 hour. And then it's 4 hour obviously as well. Looks like it could go take that 53.50. So we'll see kind of how this plays out. I personally kind of want to put the stop at the structural high just to be safe here and not get top ticked, but 26, what would that be? 4 more points. So they're probably going to top tick me right there. So let me check the numbers here because I really don't think I have room for other than one more. That placement that I had was terrible. Okay, so okay, so I have room for one more trade. And so what I need to look for is that 5-minute signal. Because if not, they just keep making higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. So now it's just going to come down to if that 5-minute candle gives me the opportunity, then I would look for it here. And I need to know the high on this is 18,832 and 3/4. 832. 32, and then what was it? 3/4. Okay. And so take profits would be 700s. Yeah. So I'd like to see it dip below on the 5-minute candle and then go, because otherwise it's just really just carrying along bullish. Okay, so I like how this price is starting to look. It's just now, can I get something that goes below on the 5-minute? Because this is just tricky right now. So we have our candle of reference. We just want to see it go lower than that. So So that's more like what I want to see in this type of area at the high of day. And so now if price can actually, like I said, go lower, I would want to know that price for sure on this candle here. If price can go lower than that, come back up into it, 817, then I'd be looking for something possibly one last time here. But I want to see that close below. Looking at ES, I mean, we're having a hard time at that daily open. So they're just kind of condensing the price down. This is what I'd like to see. Just can we get this closure on the 5 minute, and then any pullbacks in that area, then I would be attacking because I like to buy, right? And I want to be buying on the right side of the V. So but I want to see those confirmations of candles. ES failing the daily open 53.43s. So like I said, let's see how this closes, and then I want to factor in possibly. So that 5 minute close is good. I like that area. So I'm gonna attempt this area right here, that 5 minute open with my stop at the high. That'll be my last chance or last attempt pretty much of the day. If price can rally back down to the 770s, then there's a good chance that we could see price a little lower. But if it just bounces and goes straight here, then that'll be it for me today. I don't want to keep shooting at it, especially with yesterday. It was such a good day. So and that wasn't really a closure lower. It was just one little slight pullback. So and there could be a really big push, one more push today, unfortunately, because Nvidia. I didn't even realize Nvidia. So prices aren't looking very bearish there, we'll say. So we shall see. So let's see if this 5 minute becomes the area, right? I do think it has a good chance, possibly, at this time of day of being the candle that we're looking for, right? And like I said, I'm a better buyer than seller. So if I can play that right side of the V, those are the areas I really like. And then I'm going to move this down the previous day low just in case NVIDIA information gets crazy. That looks really good right there. So I like the positioning. I like where it's at on the 15. I like the 5 minute being the open. Now, what I could do to condense this down is and make it a little bit smaller of a risk on me is I could go and put a buy stop here instead. But right now, I like the move. I have lost two small ones though, so I do need to be focused on that as well. So 18, 16, and then 26, 36, a little less than 20. So I can accept the risk on that. Yes, respecting daily open. Even if we can push back down into the low of the day is here, the range low. If we can push back down into this inefficiency here, that'd be pretty interesting here, to be honest. So they just bounce right off this New York Open and rally back up though, then that just is what it is. But gonna be focused on this 15-5 setup and see how they play it. So I'd like to see in the next 5 minutes, this is a 5 minute close. I'd like to see this 5 minute closing bearish away from this area. And I'd like to see this 15 minute engulf and close bearish because then I think we could attack this price here. I didn't even put this here in case, we could get here. And so I could pull a contract at low of day and trail my risk on the remainder potential. So ES is showing a little bit of weakness going into this 15-minute close. We'll see though. So I have that high of day open. So 905 to 910. Okay, so we'll see if this 15-minute price can hold. 5 minute price did lower open, lower close. So that's a good sign from that type of area. So now it's just really about our 15-minute swing. We have our range low of the day, basically the 50 level, and then we have our range high. So like I said, if we can continue, when I look at this as a buy, like I said, buy better than selling. That looks like a good buy to at least attack right here, and I could pay myself some of that contract right in that area, which would be really nice. A pretty good 5 minute entry. Can't complain. And so ES is failing that level too. So I like NQ the most here. If we can break the lows 18,788. If not, then they'll, come right back here to New York Open and just rally up from here, unfortunately, which happens a lot of the times. So all right, because this 15-minute candle, if it doesn't close in the next 3 minutes, I'd say lower than this area, then it could just bounce on small time frames like this. So they're kind of responding there at that New York London Open on small time frames and balance and stuff as well. But 5 minute last time candle. So if this 5 minute can't, show any weakness here going into 9:15, then they'll probably this 15-minute close could go higher, unfortunately. And that would be it for me today because I've already attempted twice. So just kind of not wanting to go lower at all. So just be patient. That 5 minute engulfing that candle like that off the New York Open bounce is pretty much a sign that it's going to go higher to me. So, I'm not going to keep trying to look for shorts if that's the case. Yeah, it's pumping. So we'll see how this, like I said, this 15-minute closes. closes like that, it's gonna go higher, especially with the five. So those price levels aren't looking good. And like I said, ES just has so much more still to run up. So so that price going into this 5 minute close just isn't looking good for the highs. Just we have that high of day right there, 23s, and it's just bouncing right off the New York Open. So it's not looking good on that for me. So that 5 minute close was higher high, showing signs of strength, and it was above the high of day. So they're probably going to slip higher again. So yeah, that's probably going to take up to the 50 levels. ES really kind of still at that same level daily open. So we'll kind of see what they want to do here. Risk is set, so I'm not going to change it or anything. So I feel like I'm going to get top ticked again, but it is what it is. See how this 15 minute will close right in here. So if it can kind of topple over, I could see possibly going back under to 18,800 if it can't break this high of day with this 5 minute again. But it doesn't look like it's not going to right here. It just looks so strong. So 15 looks like a great area possibly for it to sink from this open. That would be really cool. But any more closes above here, I think they're gonna top tick up and go higher. So that 5 minute, like as you can see, is already closed higher, so it's stronger to go up. So we'll kind of move this box so it doesn't mess up stuff. But you can see the price is actually already closed higher high, showing signs of strength. So if they stop me out, they stop me out at this point. ES showing a little bit of weakness at that daily open, so very, just all-time high type price action. The dollar is showing a little bit of weakness at that 104.80 level. So um that could be another reason why we just keep pushing, but um, we'll leave our risk where it's at for today. So I like how that price looks, especially on a 15. Hopefully it's just not like just a basically pulling back to go higher really quickly. I do think that since you're playing above that range high, if we can continue to print below the 25 level, we have a chance to possibly break the 800s and possibly the 788s. Which with the day that I've had, we break that first 15 5-minute low or daily open if we could. I personally would knock a contract off to secure a net profitable green day, and then I would trail the risk on the remainder if possible, if I get a chance to. Which right now not looking so great, but we'll see. So that 5-minute price is just looking more bullish ever since they made that high. Um, so just gotta kind of be patient here on this setup. ES is showing weakness from daily London Open, so that's kind of why I'm still entertaining this setup here. But the way that that's printing is just more bullish. But for some reason they can't break past the 25, right? So that's what's got me into the short position, because for some reason they can't break past that previous high of day and close candles on the 15 and 5. So that kind of shows me that we possibly could wipe out these New York London daily players at least to the 775s possibly. Um, if we continue to break lower here on the 5 and we get 15-minute closures, we could see it, but it's got to be patient here. So they all are failing at the right time. Now, the reason why I like NQ is because we have taken the range high of the day. So that's the reason I like this one. But we need a breakthrough point of interest here for this to be a solidified trade and not go higher. So if you're thinking I'm a better buyer than seller, right side of the V is in. So if we can just get that push now to here, 18,790s, then to me there's a really good chance that we'll be able to get out of here with a profitable day still. So I like it right now. So I like the price here. We'll see how it goes. Now, if it bounces off that New York Open, that's where we're basically anticipating the open and close of this 5-minute candle. We want to see it close lower, because if not, like I said, they're just going to bounce in this area and go higher. I like 15 and 5-minute price though right now. Mm-hmm. So if we can break the 18,800 whole level, then and fall through the daily, then there's a good chance. But um, they're still just kind of playing around this area. ES is showing weakness as well. YM's kind of just sitting there 15-minute in the same spot, not really moving at all. If we can break lower, like I said, than 18.8, I'll probably put a buy stop in that internal area, 18,830s. If not, I'll accept the risk. So a good 5-minute close right there. So as you start to see, like I said, a buy in my eyes, right? And attacking those 3 wicks, it looks good. But they're not failing the New York Open area. So that's just more looking like as well mitigation to keep going up. Because they keep testing the area, and then they don't ever go. So um don't really like it, honestly. It's just frustrating. So that 5-minute price here is just not looking good. It's not even the right time to really evaluate it. So with it moving like this at the wrong time is a little frustrating too. Because we want to see that 15-minute close. We want to see it close. We want to see it close bearish, but that 5 minute starting to build up, and the rejections from the New York Open are just being strong. So continue to really watch these 5-minute candles here, because I really think that these here could be liquidity. Buyer liquidity inside the inefficiency. So that price isn't looking good over here. 5-minute price is holding that last down candle too. So just would want to see some topple over if it's going to work.
And also, if you look at the intraday timing, most days, all of this, or the zero session complex gets established in a month. So if we're gonna time this using those stats, those are the two pieces of statistical information that we can use. Yeah. We're talking about a longer, right? Yeah. Yeah. So basically wait until we have maximum number of candles, wait for that time of day when the results are usually established, and then try to wait for 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, so until they can push this 5-minute candle to me below New York Open, this is just really bullish on this type of setup here. It just keeps testing the area and rallying. All right, so 15-minute close in 1 minute as well. I'd like to see it below where we got in. And I'd want to see this 15-minute, lower open, lower close, and then the next one, attack the point of interest. Because if not, this is going to rally to the highs. So let's see where this 15-5 closes. So that doesn't look so good to me personally, with how price is closing. But the 15 did close pretty bare there. So now it's just coming down to technicals. I'm not watching this as much. Like I said, I'm just really trying to see, based off of a line graph, are we going to get those extensions down to the points of interest? So I'm just really focused on that. And like I said, I'm a better buyer than seller. So like to me, this would be a good trade. And then to break out of that 18.8 daily open area would be really nice. So ES is showing some weakness away from daily open. So just being patient. Starting to break down here a little bit. So price is still failing to go lower at that New York Open as it's keeps stabbing these levels. So it's just all about 5-minute closures to me right now. I like the price action right now. They can just keep breaking down. That the other two are just, YM's so bullish. And then so is ES really isn't showing any signs. It's kind of just stuck, like I said, at 53.43.50 daily open price. So I think getting the extension down into the 18.785s, 18.780s would be nice. Where that buyer liquidity is sitting, but we still haven't printed below New York Open yet. So So any more 5-minute candles, I think, close bullish in this type of area, then this most likely would go higher. And I want to see price start to close below that New York Open. So this was just a line for us to look at that 5-minute open for our entry. And so now the line we're looking for it to close below here is New York Open and London Open, which they're having a hard time here. So that's not looking so great, but like I said, it's how this candle is going to close. Uh, that's not looking good off that New York Open. So 5 minute close, looking bear. Good bearish close. So if they can just fail these levels, like my eyes are just glued to basically here, right? Those candle closures, because if it breaks lower now, there's a high chance I think we fill the imbalance if we can actually close lower. But if any 5 minute candles go higher than pretty much our entry and close, I would say I don't think it's going to work. And ES is still rejecting that daily open, so that's a good sign for this potential trade here. All right. Still, I mean, price is just on that small time frame far right having a hard time. But if you keep watching 5 minute opens and closes, like I said, I think if we don't go higher than 18,820 anymore on the 5 minute, and we just continue down to 18,8 first, we have a higher chance to go to the quarter level 775. And I like the 15 minute price, how it looks here. So ES finding that weakness from that daily open. So pretty tricky price when it comes to its 1 hour and higher, to be honest. We have a better chance, I think, personally on this because you're playing basically that range high sweep, but the entry needs to be inside that area too, I would say. So yeah, price is just failing to break that New York Open right now. And that 5 minute, if it closes higher than our entry, then I would think that they may just reach for the highs. But every time we get closer to New York and London Open closures below or that 18.8, then there's a better chance. As of right now, that 5 minute is not showing me with 6 seconds unless it gets bearish here enough. So good, that's a good price. Like I said, I'm a better buyer than seller, so to me, I'm like identifying this as a buy to at least reach out to those 80 levels, but we still haven't had any candles close below New York Open, so they're building up right here. So if they end up going higher, they may present the move in the PM session, but that would be it for me today because I had lost 3 trades, and so I don't want to lose more than that. So this 15-minute close will be key. If that's just a tap and go type situation, then that's is what it is. But I think we'll have an idea here by like 9:45 going into 10 a.m. So 15 and 5 price does not look good right there. I will say it's just really built up and continued to push away from those points of interest. So, from this area here from New York Open. So it's just breakout tests, continue situations. So we'll see. We'll see how this 15-minute closes. So ES still relatively at the same level, and then you have Dow on the 15 failing the 40,000 level and sinking off. So we'll see what we get for this 15-minute close, 9:45 going into 10. I'd love to see price fail, go down into the 770s, possibly 750s, and then maybe in the 730s, 720s. So I'm just gonna be patient here. I have to look at my numbers, but I need to secure about 700 to make sure I'm break even for the day as well. So we are finally pushing below that New York Open somewhat, right? So it looks like we're on the right side of the V, right? So that's what matters. And then I want to focus on managing this trade today. I've got areas like here I want to look for. Obviously the half level if we potentially can get there. But between 700 and 730 is a good spot for me getting in at the 16s. So really good price. ES failing that daily open and London Open. So if they can push through that New York as well, that'll be great. So I would like to see price go on this 5 minute go because now we're making lower lows, right? I want to see them go to the next low, right? And I want to see the next point of interest be taken, right? So this point of interest and this low be taken would be great. And then pushing below here would be even better. So we'll continue to watch this and see what we get here. 1 hour price looks pretty good. And then we're still in that new 4 hour candle since 9. So we'll see. That's a good 15-minute close. Price did close below New York Open on this right here. So that's either they could rally here because they're still at it, or possibly since they closed lower on that 5 that they're gonna, go ahead and get weak down into here. So they could just bounce and rally that play as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna condense. This is only by 2 points, so now I'm just gonna leave the risk. I was gonna put a buy stop maybe here or maybe here, but I'm willing to accept the risk for this week that I have so far. So um getting out of this 15-minute range would be nice. 18,750s. That's the only place personally, or this imbalance that I would want to pay myself today. So we'll see what they do. So that 5-minute price is not the price I like to see at this time of day, because we cannot go under that New York Open. It's just very difficult, and price is making lower lows, right? But unless it goes below that daily open, on a 5-minute, to me, this could still rally basically from this candle where New York started. So this was a down candle. And if price doesn't start to close below this level here relatively soon, 18.8, then the likelihood of them going higher is a lot higher, because they keep coming down into this area and not wanting to close lower. And so the way the 15-minute looks too, I mean, it could definitely do that. So we just got to be careful here. Just not really trying to be patient here today to see if they're going to give it to us, or if they're going to, basically just do this slight little pullback to then reach for all-time highs again.
Still wait for about 50 break takes in like space 3 seconds. Andre, I don't think there's anything wrong with the trigger. I think there is in fact something burning. I think there is too. I really do. Yeah, I really think something is. Any moment now. Any moment. Any moment. Rest of that kind of evaluation. Most that way, give way will receive their influence tomorrow. Again, with 500 invoice last year, as low as $19 on life of that trading combat evaluation. It's the top of the chat, we will email you guys tomorrow with the code plus all that. Yeah. I'll put it to you right. They know what's gonna come later too, and they just know how we are. Let's me. Both.
5 minute price is looking good, and then the way that the 15 is, if you look at it as a buy, like I said, we can just break the 18 800s possible, but they're still at the New York area, guys. It's just ridiculous. ES kind of showing some 15-minute strength after the pullback, so they're just not really going anywhere today. So that's kind of the issue. So even 18,750s would be a really good area, I think, personally today. But we're still, as we can see here, we're not breaking that small time price action now. The one thing I do like about this, hopefully, is that they're setting up more players here to get wrecked. So if that's the case, that would be cool. But that also could be a level of support building at that 18.8. So yeah, we'll see. Just don't really like how the price is building. So that 15 5-minute price isn't looking that great. That bounce, you have a 5-minute close that's bullish at the New York, and then you have kind of rejecting away again in a good pullback area. So I would just love to see them hit that 18.8 and then just start sinking if they were going to do it. But it's just not looking like that type of price right now. So that 5 minute close is not the reaction I personally want to see from New York Open. So this next 15-minute close and 5 minute close, if they're pushing that whole level, then there's a chance that we slip. But any higher than and getting closer back to 1824s, 1825s, and they'll slowly grind this up to the highs and probably make it wait for the PM session, which would be just what it is, um can't really get too upset. But yeah, that 5 minute right there is not the print I like. Now, if this five, like I said, can dip below 18.8, hit that double bottom, um, I think I can start attacking the 788s. But I'd like to see a 5 minute close below New York and London here for that to happen. So 5 minute price is just not looking good to me from that New York Open price. If it was gonna fall, it would be closing below New York Open. It's just not doing that. And then this 1 hour is getting ready to close as well. So it looks like it could close a bearish candle, but I don't know if it's gonna. It just looks like a breakout test right now. So five-minute price is just looking too strong right now from that New York Open. So that's not good. That's way too strong. Way too bullish. Way too much of a reaction off the New York Open. So that open from this candle is just that's not good. And ES is really pushing that 53.40 level. After the little slight pullback and still has that 53.50 open. So it's just a little frustrating today, I will say, if we don't push down here at all. That 5 minute is so strong. Oh my gosh. Yes. Find the strength on that 15. Probably going to take the high of day that it's already set. So if it's going to do that, there's a high chance that we do the same thing here. That 15 minutes closing pretty strong. The 1 hour is starting to look nowhere near bearish. So, yeah. 32 minus 16 times 20. So that price just isn't looking good. I don't know if it's gonna, basically when it comes up into this 15-minute last up candle right here, this range high level, if it can fail. So that's a 5-minute close for 10. The candle did close bearish for the 1 hour, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. If price rallies up to here, takes me out, it is what it is. I have my alerts. We'll continue to watch till 10:20, but if price can fall down and not go higher than this area here, right, then I'll be looking to pay myself at 18.8 and then possibly inside of this inefficiency here. So I'm gonna kind of mark up this area just so I make sure I'm understanding that 780 area. So price can fall before going higher, then I'm definitely looking to partial something of this, like partial a contract out in this area and then trail the risk on the rest. So not too for sure, but like I said, I'll sit here till about 10:20 for the recording side. But those 5 minutes look pretty strong. So it looks like they're about to reach all-time highs. ES is screaming, so keep our eyes on that 15-minute last up candle is our focus. So 15 and 5 is not looking good. We're back to that range high of the day, so it's just they're not really showing any signs of going lower right now. I mean, there's no signs of weakness on that 5. Every open and close right now is bullish. And then the 1-minute price action is higher high, higher low. So any more closures above that range high, and it's pretty much a wrap. ES still in the same spot as well. So this isn't looking great. So closed higher than the range high of the day, which is not good with this 5-minute getting ready to close here. So nothing here as of now, just having to accept the loss in this situation. Now, yes, I could have moved that risk down, but I am in a pretty good profit for the week, so I'm just kind of playing with house money. But damn, it's just frustrating that they just keep buying this market up. There's no news today either, so it makes sense. So that's it for me today. I got clapped. Let's see here what the numbers are looking like. The damage, oof, a little bit over 1,000. So we'll see. New all-time highs. You know, they just keep pushing up. And now you're having ES kind of do the same, the target on ES is just a lot better. They never came down and touched that New York Open for ES, but they did come down and a nice pullback. And then you had the 945 into 10 candle was basically an engulfing candle. And then ever since then, you've kind of had price looking very strong on a 15 and a 5 minute time frame. So it is what it is. You know, I would want to look for more entries possibly in the PM session, but unfortunately, that's just it for today. I don't have the mental clarity to do it today. So they just keep running, they keep running. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, we're just really running these all-time highs right now. Let me take a look really quick at BTC. BTC still holding that 70,000 level, and then dollar index. Still kind of showing, you know, weakness at that 104.80, 104.90 level. So ES just popped those highs, which, like I said, I believe they'll go for that 53.50 before the end of the day. So back to the drawing board.